Hi, everyone. It's Don Sanders, and I want to thank you for turning out today. I did a webinar last month on how to sell 500 orders, and then after I did the webinar, I thought, well, there's a few other things here we could cover, so let's try a part two on it. And I'm going to try and show you some different ways to sell today in today's difficult world. But we need to thank all the suppliers on the screen. I buy from all of these suppliers or service providers, and they've always treated me right. I buy all my electronics from Sunjoy because they are very reliable. Apogee has great awards. My friend Ron Friedman has done a book on the power of AI. It's real interesting. I'm going to show you how to get the link to click on that. It's no obligation. He'll just teach you some things about artificial intelligence, things that I don't know about. But all these suppliers are just great. I talk to about Alexa Springs and their great water on every webinar. So I'm going to talk about how their facility is just opened and they are producing water faster than they were. Now, you've got to perfect artificial intelligence, and there's a way to do this and a way not to do it. And artificial intelligence needs to be paired with human feelings, which you can make that possible. But artificial intelligence is not going to work for you unless you combine it with human interaction. It's just not a thing that you sign up for and it gets you a lot of business. That's the way it's pitched. But if you don't participate in it and work at it, it's just not going to work. So you really need to look at the way you do it to make it work effectively. And you've got to consistently follow up. One of the things that distributors have that I find a biggest problem with is following up. And I even have difficulty with it because I don't like to be turned down. It hurts my feelings when somebody doesn't return my call, but I got to get over it. I got to call them again. And you need to work on target market campaigns. Since COVID has gone away or whatever's happening with that mess, you need to target different sectors that you feel that you're competent in selling and show them germane products that they will be excited about buying. And right now on the screen, we have a great coupon for Bensel. Their Smash Lights are absolutely the coolest product in the world. Alexa Springs, my water supplier, there's their coupon at the bottom. And Burlacamp, I've known Kim Burlacamp that owns that company forever. They're all American made, which is going to be very important going forward. And they have motorcycle kickstand pads, which are just great for the spring coming up for motorcycle rallies and motorcycle runs. Now, when I talk about saying use AI correctly, you need to do it by showing restraint. But before I tell you about that, there are two types of AI, conversational and generative. They both do two different things. In essence, what they do is they write ad copy for you, make suggestions, and they are able to do that by old data that they retrieve off of the internet, is the way it happens. And artificial intelligence creates content responses, and the way it does that is my friend Ron Friedman, who owns Merchbots. He's the one that's done the AI book. He can create QR codes or merch bots that can go on products. And when you scan that QR code, that merch bot will talk back to you or talk to your customer and find exactly what they need to buy and how to sell it. We'll tell you about how to get hold of him later. Great coupon for Southern Plus on the screen right now. I've known them forever, and it's a great company. It's woman owned by Greta Adams. Is a really fine person. It's a great supplier, and she'll never ever let you down. One mistake that I find that a lot of distributors make is they spend so much time looking for blanks, and then they have to find somebody to print the blanks, or they have to find somebody to sew the blanks. So what I have done is I have gone to buying all my shirts from Ad Capital, wearables from Ad Capital. They're in Monroe, North Carolina. I know Lance Dunn, it owns the company very well. They offer blanks, their own t-shirt line now, and they can print better than any screener in this industry. If you look at that shirt with the Arnold Schwarzenegger, that's a one-up screen on that shirt, and the detail on it is absolutely perfect. There's a free screen charge on the screen right now for Ad Capital. Don't waste time buying blanks from a big wholesaler and sending them somewhere. There's too many things that can go wrong. You can place your order with Ad Capital. They have the blanks, they do the screen, they do the shipping, and you're just good to go. It's sales team at adcapital.com. If you'd like to have a sample of that Arnold shirt, it's a great supplier, and they will try really, really hard to make you really, really, really happy. Now let's talk about print detail. We all have to have something that sets us apart from other distributors. A lot of distributors just pitch them as the same as everybody else, but I'm cheaper. I have never been cheaper than anybody on any order and never will be. What I offer is great service, great products, follow up. I do things right. So to differentiate myself from distributors I don't think are that qualified, I talk about print detail. I just talked to you about the screen printing from Ad Capital, how that printing is better or as good as any one of your competitors' offers. But Flex Systems is able to duplicate QR codes, and this is very important because their detail on their two-dimensional labels is absolutely perfect. When you put the camera on there to scan that QR code, it'll pop up and go right to a site. But if you don't have an accurate print, that QR code is not going to work. So if you need QR code imprinting on wearables, Flex Systems labels are absolutely perfect, and you can put them on almost any product, bags, shirts, hats. You can even do them on all types of trade show items. Diane C at flexsystems.com should be happy to send you some samples. Now let's talk about focusing on selling American-made products. Now, with the election the way it is and things, a lot of people think we're in so much turmoil, but I love when things get funky because every time things get bad, I do exactly the opposite of what everybody else does. There's all these people on these sites just complaining and screaming about these tariffs. I can't sell. I can't get my prices right. Well, blah, blah, blah. Well, don't sell foreign-made products right now. Sell American-made products that have price consistency. Now I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 suppliers on the screen right now. Apogee, Quickie, Logomats, Flex Systems, Alexa Springs. Of course, water comes out of the ground. That's an American-made product. Trainer, and there's my kickstand pad coupon for Burlingame. Focus on American-made products. Just tell customers the way it is. Say, you know, those lanyards that are coming from wherever, I just don't really know if I can get them. Let's switch to this product. That's creative selling. That's how you set yourself apart. Don't complain, adjust, and look for opportunity. Let's talk about generational speak. Everybody speaks different today. Baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, Gen Y, all groups communicate differently. Baby boomers want to talk on the phone, I believe. Generation Z wants to do one way or communicate another way. Now, here's a little thought from me about this. You must perfect generational speak. That means you've got to be able to communicate with all 4 buying groups, which are shown on the screen right now. Baby boomers like to communicate differently than Gen X. Gen X likes to communicate differently than millennials. Every group has a preference, whether they want to text, email, talk on the phone. Some don't even want to communicate at all. If you're going to be aggressive and sell 500 orders a year, you've got to be able to perfect generational speak and how you communicate with potential prospects. Now, with that said, let's move on to my next slide here. I want to talk to you about selling Wounded Warrior products. Now, this is the greatest cause I've ever seen in my life. From Snugz, I love Snugz because they support Wounded Warrior and they will make a difference in your life. I give money every month to Wounded Warrior, and Snugz donates a particular amount of their sales with Wounded Warrior programs. And at the PPAI show, there's a little film I'm going to show you. If you didn't go to PPAI, it'll show you a little bit about the Snugz booth. It's just a minute, and it'll give you a good idea about what a great supplier Snugz is.
Without further ado, we'd like to present Wounded Warrior Project with this check for $100,000 in behalf of Snugs USA.
I love Snugs, and I really appreciate you watching that video. I think the Wounded Warrior program is something that when you show these products, and then you might tell your customers that they donate a particular percentage of the profit on this. I think in today's world, I think this is just oh so important. Customer care at snugzusa.com if you'd like to look, get some Wounded Warrior samples, etc. Now, when you do social media, I change my Facebook cover page all the time. A lot of distributors do not alternate their social media. They're flat, they're dead. They don't have anything new showing. If you're not going to have new product, new ideas, new pictures of yourself, don't even do social media. Change your Facebook cover frequently. And the reason that you should do that is because it creates impressions. Every time I change my cover photo, it lets everybody in my address book know that I've changed my cover photo. That right there in the middle with the ASI little mascot, that was in Orlando. Up there at the top left, I was at the ASI show in Fort Worth. Down here at the bottom left, I met Wayne Newton in Las Vegas. I'm in Cuba there with a guy with a white hat on. Every time I post one of these pictures, I get comments, I get impressions. And here is a great spec sample offer from Pin Machine on the screen for lapel pins. I am going to show you how to get a free spec sample from them. They'll do a sample of any of their lapel pins for you, an actual sample with your customer's logo included. Now, we're talking about social media. I talk about my friend Greg Blumstein in every one of these webinars. He's a distributor just like I am. He is an expert on social media. I am not, but I partner with Greg because he knows what he's doing, and he can do social media posting for you on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and he's very enthusiastic. So here he is for 30 seconds, and please watch this.
Promo Social Post is your go-to marketing agency for digital marketing services. We specialize in helping distributors like you protect a polished image, keeping your brand top of mind. Our services start as low as $50 a month, and we do all the work, while you can focus on selling promos and running your business. Our social media publishing service will publish 3 posts per week to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and/or X. And it includes a link that will open up your website to the featured product. Our email campaigns will send out 2 emails per month and is customized with your logo and contact info. And if a user was to click a product within that email, once again, it will open up your website to that product.
It's very cool. Greg is really a stand-up guy. Greg at promosocialpost.com. If you will email him and just say you saw this, he will give you a free month of what he does. He's using that as a way to get you hooked. But if you don't like it, you don't have to do it. But you would have to be wrong with you to not take advantage of this, because what do you got to lose? I would vouch for Greg. He is very enthusiastic, as you saw, and he will not let you down. Now, here's a problem that I want to address or try and help you with. All over these chat sites with these complainers about the tariffs going up and blah, 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 they are all trying to use suppliers as banks, because suppliers have started charging credit card fees. A lot of companies are doing this now because these fees are just absorbent. So what are chat rooms saying about it? A lot of them are just saying, we're not going to buy from suppliers that charge me a credit card fee. Well, if you do that, that's not smart, because might need to buy from that supplier down the road. The answer to this is establish credit with suppliers up front. Stop buying all your orders off search engines and buying from the cheapest supplier. Buy from certain suppliers over and over again, establish credit with them, then they will extend you credit. You can solve fees with ACH transfers. I entered an order the other day for a Christmas, it was a Christmas holiday order, and it was like a $3,500 net order to me. So they were going to try and charge me the 3%. So I ACH transferred them the money. Cost me $2.50. That was a much better alternative than paying the 3%. And besides, mark your products up. We make 43% average on our orders. If you make that, then you can be able to pay the 3% and it'll not affect your profitability. Free screen from Ad Capital on the screen right now, Quickie in the middle, and Cloth Promotions. That makes the best lens cleaning cloths in the industry. Now you need to include product flyers and all correspondence. Southern Plus has got the best selection of these little product flyers that I know about. There's like 100 of them at southernplus.com. And right over here on the right is a sample message that I have texted to a customer who has seen me about Pickleball products. I included my business card with my shoes at the top, my flyer at the bottom, and I sent them that as a teaser to thank them for seeing me and see if I can get them to come back and say, Don, tell me more about Pickleball products, because those things definitely are selling. Always include brief product flyers in all of your correspondence. Trainer has a great sample of the month club. I mention this in every one of these webinars because this costs you nothing. You can sign up for their sample of the month club and they will send a digital or an actual sample to you every month of a different product. It might be in napkins, it might be cups, it might be paper plates. Trainer does great in hospitality products. Chantel T at trainergraphics.com. If you email her, she'll send you that form. All you got to do is fill it out and you're signed up for this. This is another deal that costs you nothing. Why would you not do this? Every month you get a product idea from Trainer, and that keeps your brain going and keeps products fresh in your customer's mind. Now I use Gamma, but there are a lot of these creative sites to create product flyers. Now Quickie, I talk about in all these webinars. They are all American made. Instead of selling for these offshore companies with all these tariffs, buy from Quickie. They're in Akron, Ohio. Their products are not changing because of the tariff thing. Quickie makes the original QuickCoin, which is the coin purse. This is from the 1940s. Original product that you see there on the screen. That was a product of the century from PPAI. All of these flyers are created with Gamma. You put in those images, tell Gamma what you want to do, and it'll lay up those flyers exactly the way you want them to appear. You can take that vinyl coaster offer and put a different coaster in there and change them up. This is the way to make yourself unique. Quickie sample kit, info at quickie.com. Now let's talk about what do we got next. Spec samples, I mentioned those before. Pen Machine has bought out Gempire. Tommy Romero is my great friend that owns this company. They are up and up, the best lapel pen company in the industry. They have a free spec sample. It's a $100 value. You can use it to create a custom lapel pen for any one of your customers. If you'd like to have a lapel pen kit, Michael at penmachine.com will send you a kit, which you're seeing on the right, that shows you every type of lapel pen process they have. Another way to beat cheap sellers is when you get outbid on a product, then say, well, what kind of process are the lapel pens? Are they die cast, hard enamel, soft enamel? I guarantee you the customer is going to say, I don't know. Well, impress people by knowing there are like 20 processes for lapel pens. Find out how to sell them. Pen Machine will help you. All you have to do is use a spec sample coupon, and 70% of spec samples become orders. That's a phenomenal return rate. Do something new starting today. Attend school booster club luncheons. This is all about personal, meeting people. You're going to meet like-minded people at booster clubs. Start doing volunteer work. I do volunteer work for the Dallas Zoo, for the TCU Frog Club. I like doing this because I meet all kinds of like-minded people that I can sell. Form a neighborhood beautification group. Get to know your neighbors. My neighbor that used to live next door to me bought over $150,000 of the stuff from me a month after I got to know him. Host happy hour mixers for neighbors. Where I live, every other Friday, someone opens up their house, they provide food, neighbors come and bring a bottle of wine. I have met 3 or 4 customers at those, and I'm telling you, work on any political campaign. Politics is a nasty business today, and if you want to meet like-minded people, you go work on political campaigns, and you're going to meet them. New mindset, new results. Flex systems on the screen. Remember, they print those polymer labels that are absolutely perfect in their imprint. Now, this might seem backwards, but start using printed catalogs again. A lot of people have gone away from these, but here are 4 suppliers that I help: Trainer, Southern Plus, Pencil, and Logo Mats. Accompanying coupons below on every one. They will send you hard copy catalogs. Mail a couple of these things to customers with a note. They're not getting them from other distributors. They think that this is the old school way to sell. Well, in a way it is, but if you pair it with artificial intelligence or ChatGPT, along with hard copy catalogs, you're going to get results. Now, sell old products as new products. Distributors email me all the time. Don, what is a brand new product? Well, I'm tired of trying to help people find brand new products. Take old products and make them brand new again. Coaster Stone, who I've known forever, has the best self-absorbent coasters. They own buttons galore. So if you're looking for a button supplier, Coaster Stone has them. In fact, the first promotional product ever were buttons that George Washington used in his political campaign. I think this is 1787. It's some date like that, but those are original Washington buttons up there. Coaster Stone features a complete line of buttons. Go tell your customers, did you know buttons were the world's first promotional products? People are going to say, oh, I didn't know that. Tell me more about it. That's how you get customers. Button sample kit from Nancy at coasterstone.com. Sell the industry's first product now. Awards offer a 60% return on profit on sales. I sell awards because I make big money on them. Apogee will create custom samples for your clients with their Swag It Forward campaign. All you have to do is send an actual logo and tell John Gauchi, my friend at Apogee, that you want him to make you a sample. Now, here's me talking to John at an ASI show.
Something I've always been wondering about is, are awards, or do they have problems? John, are there problems with awards?
I would say there are a couple problems with awards. One of the problems with awards that we have lately is that they're too big, right, Don? Workspaces are small. We got to look for small solutions. Here is a anniversary, 1-year anniversary award. Look at how small it is, but people are going to like it just the same. Here's another small award. Look at how tiny that is. And boy, it tells the story. Again, it is on brand, right? Or even if you went a little bit bigger, it's still kind of small. So you can pitch small awards. It's what your clients want. Talk to Apogee.
And always remember, bigger is not best.
Always.
John is one of the nicest men I've ever met in my life. He is so enthusiastic. Apogee makes the most creative awards made in America. These things are not brought in offshore and imprinted here. They are actually made in Minnesota at their factory. In the middle of the screen there are those fish awards. Those are absolutely great looking awards. John.g at creativeawards.net. If you want him to do a sample for you, email him and include a logo and say, I've got a customer that really likes those fishing awards. Show me what you got. There's his email, there's his address, and there's a $50 off a first order of $150 with Apogee on the screen. Now, sell where you spend money. I talk about this a lot, like selling your vet, selling the pizza place you go to, et cetera, et cetera. Everybody goes to bars and restaurants. So if you go to bars and restaurants, you can sell every bar, every restaurant you go into can buy front door mats, bar channel mats for the bars, and mats needed for the restroom. You can get a complete logo mat sample kit from M. Wadsworth at logomatsllc.com. And they also have the hard copies for 2025 catalogs. When you go in a place and you do business with them, ask them if you can do business with them. If they tell you they buy from somebody else or whatever, I'm not going back there again. I want to do business with people who do business with me. Logo mats are a great product to sell to any customer, and especially bars and restaurants. Now let's stop wasting time on dead accounts. The distributors all the time think, oh goodness, I got an order 6 months ago from Al on those t-shirts, but I haven't heard from him again. Well, maybe Al is not with the company anymore. Maybe the company is not in business anymore. Stop wasting time on dead accounts by using Seamless AI. Seamless AI is not buying mailing lists. It provides contact information that is up to date. Go in and get every one of your customers and run them through Seamless AI and find out if all the information you have for them is correct. Maybe they've moved. Maybe their email address is different. You never know. And when you find that, release bad clients with voicemail messages. I used to do this all the time. I would call people on a Saturday, and when I knew they were not there, and I would leave a voicemail message and say, Al, I haven't heard from you on those t-shirts. I hope I didn't do anything to upset you. If you need to buy anything, call me. I just feel like a pest, and I'm not going to bother you because I feel bad about it. When I leave messages like that, 5 out of 10 people call back saying, no, Don, we just haven't needed anything. Clean that account list up and get rid of bad clients. Now, I love to talk about ad capital. Shoe covers. This is an old ad. I showed that ad 3 or 4 months ago. Shoe covers for realtors are absolutely great. And a realtor puts their logo on them. Shoe covers are required when you go in and look at open houses. That's a product that any realtor would need to buy from you. Plus, they would also need to buy mats for front doors. And Ad Capital has safety vests in neon colors. A lot of people don't know that. There's an ad for a different type of a mesh 5-point breakaway jacket. People don't know that Ad Capital has safety vests. Sales team at adcapital.com. If you'd like to have samples of the vest or those shoe covers, I'm not kidding you. You show those to realtors and they're going to be interested in buying them. And we're talking about water. I have talked about this before. Bottled water sales are soaring because of recent reveal of non-bottled water standards. And otherwise, the EPA has been found out for not testing for perchlorate, methylterifine ether, intestinal bacteria. That is what is in municipal water, which then becomes purified and is, it's not natural spring water. The point I'm trying to make here is water sales are up, bottled water, because people are scared of buying municipal water because it's nasty. A suburb of Detroit issued a due to bottled water, a main break that all water had to be boiled. They just released a thing like that. The compression put out of the water pipes up here in Louisville, close to where I live. And so they had to have a boil water day in Louisville because the pipes needed to be flushed out. This is nasty. Buy bottled water. Brian at AlexisSprings.com will be able to send you samples. Tell customers about this. Purified water is nasty. Natural spring water is healthy. A lot of distributors work on bad deals. I don't work on, we're cheap people. Somebody does me like that character right there on the screen, I never call on them again. Find out immediately if price is the issue. If it's the issue, I'm gonna go call on somebody else. Eliminate price shoppers fast. When it becomes an issue Oh, we only take bids. I don't bid. I give prices. What you need to do is get away from price shoppers. They're going to beat you down on the price. You're not going to make any money, and most of them are slow pay. Apogee coupon on the screen, and great coupon from Sunjoy, who I'm going to talk to you about in a minute, who sells Apple products. Lexus for Springs has returned to normal delivery sections. That's a little video of their brand new second bottling plant up in Mount Ida, Arkansas. Lexus Springs makes their own bottles there. They're lightweight bottles, which cut down on shipping costs. And bottled water is taking so long because it's just overbooked. But Alexis Springs is back now to normal delivery times because bottled water is a high demand product. I just want to let you know that when your customers want to know why does it take so long for bottled water. Here's a little free thing for Greg at promosocialpost.com to put him back in your mind. Free month of service from Greg, my good friend and completely reliable. You should sell artificial intelligence related products in 2025. Cloth Promotions is very inventive. They have wristbands with clasps, with key rings. They all are able to be scanned for then going to QR code information. This is like the merchandise spot. You click on it, it goes to a different thing, gathers information, etc. Scott at clothpromotions.com. If you will email him, he will send you an oodle band. They have these in several different products. And if you want to show your customers you know about AI, show them this intelligence and this way to capture customer information. Now, here's the book, The Power of AI by my friend Ron Friedman. You can learn the basics of AI quickly. He is the industry's most qualified AI person. And if you put your phone right up there right now to that QR code, which is of that post webinar freebies, that'll take you up. If you just put your phone up there and capture the QR code, then you can fill out the form and he will send you an electronic copy of this book. It's no hassle, no problems. The guy just knows what he's talking about. Now, Apple products make you notable. Please hang with me here. We're almost finished with the webinar, so I'm trying to go as fast as I can so you can get back to work. Apple products make you notable. And right now, Sunjoy has 5% off Apple tracking products. You can see those. There's 3 of them in the middle of the screen. But Sunjoy also has Apple iPads. They have Apple earbuds. They have all kinds of Apple products. Bella at sunjoy.us. She has a guide on how to sell Apple products to your customers. If you will email her, she will send you that. And Sunjoy is an up and up company. They don't sell you electronics with bad batteries or cheap stuff. And if they ever have a problem, they always stand beside their products. Sell Apple to make yourself look notable. Now, very text messages now, or very messaging message now. A lot of people just call and they just leave the same old messages. Hey, Ralph, it's Don Sanders. Give me a call. They don't leave any information. That irritates me to death. I want people to tell me why they're calling. What can I help them with? If you send text, now, if you've not been doing it, send a text and tell prospects that you're calling. Then call. Leave the after hours voice messages like I suggested to flush out bad accounts. Email customers and tell them that you're calling. Leave them voicemail messages and tell them you're emailing them. I don't know what to do here exactly, but take what you've been doing and vary it and change it up. Be new every day. Don't be predictable. Now we've got some top selling student backpacks right here. My friend Chris Hodge at Innovation Line, he sponsors every one of my webinars. They have the best student backpacks, which are very cost effective. I'm only showing you 3 on the screen right now: a drawstring, a cinch pack, and a clear. You can sell these to PTAs, to any school fundraising groups, alumni groups, sports marketing. Sample Chris at innovation-line.com. This is a great item to go sell to sports marketing. Or remember when I talked to you about joining a booster club and going to school booster club meetings? Take a couple of these along and show them to whoever's running that meeting and say, hey, why don't we buy these for everybody who's shown up for our luncheon? Ad Capital has numerous QR code related product flyers for different industries. They've got 18 of these, I think. Here are 6 on the screen right now for selling beauty and fitness, health, medical, hotel travels. You scan that code, it will take you to a different form where it shows you different products that you sell to hotels, travel, health, medical, etc. They're the only supplier that I know that has this many of these choices. You can link these to merchandise bots, which I talked to you about Ron Friedman have, and AI created responses to different codes. You can get these, the templates for these, sales team at adcapital.com. Let's talk about using ChatGPT. A lot of people does not know, that's bad English, do not know that the first version of the service was 7 years ago in 2018. Then the second part and 3 were released in 2022. I did not know it went back that long, but I use it to create emails and text. But I do not get carried away. After I have ChatGPT created for me, I edit it, because my text might be 20 words. ChatGPT is going to make it wordy and take it out to 50. 50 is too much, 20 is too little. So I will edit what ChatGPT has done. It's given me ideas I would have never thought about, but I cut it down because I don't want to be too wordy. Southern Plus on the screen, Sunjoy, and Trainer. Remember the Trainer sample kit? The second supplier I ever sold an order for, and I'm not going to tell you, it's a long time ago, but Trainer is an American-made supplier too. Now let's talk about YouTube product videos. Make them brief, and when you make them, it'll say, are they made for children or whatever? Well, do not say they're made for children. If you do so, that will restrict who can watch them and how they can be forwarded. Make your little videos brief and make them to where anybody can watch them and they don't have different ways to keep them from being forwarded. Scott at clothpromotions.com. I showed him the OODA band you have. You can email him about that and ask him to send you some sample of these active marketing products from Cloth Promotions. I did not know about the viewing restrictions on YouTube. I thought by putting on there that it was made for kids that everybody would watch it. But if you put that on there, then it restricts it from being forwarded to some people. So just a little hint that I came up with. Showdown is my favorite display supplier. They've got a 10% off offer right there on the screen. They've got, Showdown has a 2025 catalog too. They will send them to you. They run out during the year, so order them now. info@showdowndisplays.com. But Showdown makes the best quality tents, signs, table covers, you know it. This is American-made stuff. Again, sell American-made at this time. Here's some samples of what Greg at Promo Post Social Post does about his email services. He will take your customer list, create these different product flyers you're seeing on the screen, and send them on your behalf. Here's a last pitch on Greg. Greg at promosocialpost.com. He will give you a free month. I bet if you say, Don said you'd give me 2 months, I bet he would do that. You got nothing to lose on this. Now, here's a great vehicle market. I think we're only 2 slides from the end here. This little chamois from Ad Capital cleans computer Apple CarPlay screens. I just got a little Buick GTX, and there's my screen on the left after I used it for a week. Isn't that nasty? But I cleaned it with that cloth, and there it is clean on the right. It's my dirty and clean CarPlay screen images. This microfiber cloth is great to sell to vehicle dealers. Vehicle dealers buy a lot of bottled water. They buy little items to give to people that walk on the lot. But I guarantee you, if you give somebody one of those and explain to them what it does, they're going to be thrilled to have it. Different item to sell to vehicle and car dealers. Sales team at addcapital.com. Needed AI products. Here we go with Sunjoy. You can order samples from Sunjoy, Bella at sunjoy.us. You can get a power bank, you can get a speaker, you can get a wireless charger, or they have those Apple earbuds. $50 off an order coupon up there at the screen. Sell Sunjoy AI products. Here's my friend Ron Friedman again. If you'd like to have a copy of his book, it's Ron at merchbots.com. All you have to do is email him and say, Sanders told me you wouldn't bug me to death, but you'll send me a copy of your book. He will do that. And then he will also be able to talk to you about those bots if you're so interested. There he is on the left. He's a really smart guy. He and Greg Bumstein, I partner with people that are smarter than me because I have to have somebody teach me how to do this stuff. Now, here is the list of all suppliers that I've talked about in the webinar. I want to thank you for turning out. If you'd like to have the Apple CarPlay cleaning cloth or that perfect print t-shirt, there's the email from Ad Capital, pen machine sample kit, Apple products from Sunjoy, Showdown, the button sample kit, Nancy at coasterstone.com, logo match, trainer, that sample of the month.com. You got nothing to lose on that. 2025 Southern Plus catalogs, the Wounded Warrior samples, Quickie catalogs and samples, Alexa Springs, Brian at alexasprings.com, the Oodle Band sample, and the product, the sports marketing samples. They're both Scott at clothpromotions.com. Bensel has 2025 catalogs, so does Trainer. Free month of social media with Greg and Ron Friedman's AI book, Ron at merchbots.com. If you'd like to have the replay of the webinar, it's Don at sellpromoproducts.com. It will take me a while to download it, a lot of slides, but as soon as I get it up, I will be happy to send it to you. I'm going to leave this up on the screen for a little bit longer. Please email these suppliers and just say, Don told me that you would send me this or send me that, and let's see what they'll send you. Everybody that I talked to you about in this webinar is an up and up supplier that I would buy from. I give them money and I deal with them. I know most of the owners of these companies, and they are not companies that are going to get tied up in tariff mess because they have thought ahead and are trying to be able to service distributors in whatever type of economy we have. You've got to be able to adjust. I really appreciate you listening. And next month, we'll have another webinar, and I can't say that anything besides I really appreciate your time. Thanks.